Did you look at what Bitcoin is about to do? With this chart right here, with this major cross that's going to happen. This mega death cross, this cross of the green line with the red line spells disaster. A lot of people believe that the worst of it is over. The worst of it has yet to come. We're gonna cover it in an honest and open way here, just based on the facts and the charts. You will leave this video with more clarity, with more certainty, with more clear approach of what you should be doing right now in the coming weeks to months as you prepare for this major cross, this mega death cross that is rare to happen. It's only happened a few times in history, and it's about to happen again. Now let's jump into the charts. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's jump in. All right, this is very serious. We're in 2020. We've got the death cross approaching, right? We're on the 3-day chart. Now, a lot of people will talk about the death cross on the 1-day chart, but that has a lot of false signals. All right, there's some death crosses that really bounce up in prices, right? This one on the 3-day, it's never had a false signal. All right. Well, the last time we had a death cross on the 3-day was back in 2018. And guess what? We were covering it right here on our channel. And guess what? Nobody wanted to believe that we would go further down in prices. So we're in the same situation. The only other one besides 2018 that we had was 2014. So in Bitcoin's entire history, right, this 12-year history, we've only had 2 death crosses on the 3-day. That's it. And both of them ended the same exact way. Now, there is a difference because in 2018, what we did right when we had the death cross is we plummeted in prices like right away, like so fast. Now that's scenario 1. Is Bitcoin going to do that where we fall off a cliff right away? Or is it going to be more like 2014 where we have this death cross on the 3-day and prices fall, but not devastatingly quick? It was more like a slippery slope and then capitulation, and then we went sideways for a while. We built beautiful market structure. We had another slight capitulation here, and then we were ready for our upward movement. All right. So is it going to play out like 2018 or 2014? 2018 was pretty devastating. Fell off a cliff. 2014 was a little more doable, not so much of a roller coaster ride straight down into the abyss. So that's what I want to cover today, is how is it going to play out? Is it going to be more like 2014 or more like 2018? In order to do that, we've got to look at the facts and the charts. We have to be open-minded about the facts and the charts so we can make sound decisions. Because what your biggest question right now is, look, if we've got this death cross coming, Steve, I want to sell now and buy back when we go lower. Now, I've been in markets. I started in the stock market 20 years ago. A little over 20 years ago. I made every mistake in the book because of my ego. And you're probably in the same boat. You may not have realized it yet, but you're losing a lot of your trades and your money because of emotion. Emotion is a money killer. And success is a series of small wins. You don't try to hit the home run every time. You don't try to throw the Hail Mary every time. If you're thinking about selling right now, you are in the herd. You don't want to hear it because your ego is telling you you're not a part of the herd. You're smarter than the herd. You know more. But I was in your shoes. I got beat over the head year after year when I started trading when I was 16 because of the ego. You probably don't want to hear what I'm saying to you right now. But if you're thinking about selling, you are a part of the herd. This is a buyer's market. You need to be thinking about when to buy. If you're thinking about selling, you should have thought about it up at 50,000, 55,000, not now. This is not the time to sell. This is a buyer's market. The herd is selling to the small group of people that will become successful. You have to realize that. And I know I'm telling you what you don't want to hear, but I guarantee you respect it. And you probably just subscribed because there's not a lot of channels that are telling you really the honest truth based on experience. It's not like I started trading last year, right? I've covered tons of bear markets in all different spaces. Back to this one. Right? What we've done here is we're very similar to the 2018, where 2018, we were coming down to this red line, bouncing up to this green line, back down to the red line, back up to the green line, back down to the red line. And when we broke our red line, with this candle, this was our first candle in October that actually closed below. It was about 21 days before we had the actual cross. And what's very fascinating about that is right now, with the 2022, we bounced from this red line up to the green line, back down to the red line, back up to the green line, and we just breached. And right here, if we take a measured move to when we're projected to have our cross, it's 21 days, meaning once we went below this red line, just like 2018, it was 21 days until we had our actual death cross. Are you seeing what I'm seeing in the charts here? This is pretty phenomenal, okay? It's pound for pound, move for move. And by the way, this 3-day death cross, this is something that nobody was covering back in 2018 and something that we started covering here at the beginning of the calendar year when we breached this green line. The end of last year, we breached this green line and we held it as resistance. We said, hey, this is a major sign. Why? Because that's what we did before. That's what we did in 2018. So we've been covering this 3-day death cross on this channel all year, preparing our community. If you've somehow missed out and you're just finding our channel, hit that subscribe button, because all the other channels were calling for us to be very bullish this year. Except if you look at our channel, it looks like a bloodbath all year, because we're just preparing folks for what was to come. And now we're in the midst of it, right? So it looks like we could have this kind of fall off the cliff capitulation like we did in 2018, but there's still not enough facts to differentiate from 2014, because 2014, if you look, we breached below here also on October, and it was quite a while until we actually had our death cross, right? We're talking about 78 to 80 days with being under this red line before we had this cross, meaning it was, again, more methodical, a little bit more slow moving, where 2018 was pretty fast. 21 days, boom, below here, cross, plummet. So right now, the facts in the charts are we're a little bit closer. Now, if you want my honest opinion on what I think is going to happen, I want to cover a couple other charts so that you can stay level-headed. Now, what I want to show you is the Gaussian channel. Okay, and I do have a surprise for you in this video with something that I think is looking very nice at the moment for the long term. It's something that will surprise you, something that I normally don't show on this channel, but I do have the chart and I want to show you. The Gaussian channel, again, we need to remain level-headed. This will tell us when the turmoil is over. We have a cheat code to know when this bear market is finished, and that's when the Gaussian channel will change from red back to green. If you look at the 12-year history of Bitcoin, anytime we were in a bunch of turmoil and we were obviously in red during our turmoil, during the bottom of the bear market, and the bear market was finished when we changed from red to green. That's when the next bull run started. These are the big moves that we cover right here in this channel. You do not want to miss these big moves. Hit the subscribe button now. You can see also in 2018 and 2020, you can see 2020, right? The change from red to green, it was the start of our bull run. Unfortunately, we just changed to red. We do not know how long we will be in red, but we do know when it changes from red back to green, then we're in the clear. Now, let's unveil this trade, okay? This potential trade. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, but we talk a lot about the herd on this channel, and what I want to present to you is something quite interesting, okay? This is Netflix. Now, Netflix, the reason I wanted to pull up the chart is the herd is screaming at the top of their lungs that Netflix is dead. You know, the numbers from their earnings call was horrific. They lost a couple 100,000, 200,000 subscribers to their platform, and it's dying, it's over, and you can see a subsequent fall of 74% in prices. But when you look at the full history, you say to yourself, oh, we've actually done this with Netflix 2 other times, both of which had a beautiful rebound and a full recovery. So when you think about putting your money into an investment, here's what you want to ask yourself, right? How about this space? Are people going to stop watching movies and consuming content, it's highly probable the answer is no. People will continue. Okay, who's the market leader? Are you hearing a lot of the younger kids talk about, watching on Hulu or Amazon Prime? No, you hear Netflix. And then you ask yourself, well, how about these other platforms, Apple, Hulu, Amazon Prime? Are they solely focused on content? Are they solely focused on movies and consuming content and providing the best solution? No. The market leader, the innovator in this space has always been Netflix. I mean, they started with little discs that you got in the mail, right? And that's when things fell apart here. People were like, oh, that's done. This little mail thing, yeah, that was fun for now, but that's done. And it plummeted in prices. But it's just a market cycle, This people will say the same thing about Bitcoin. Oh my God, Bitcoin fell from 69,000 and now it's all the way down here. It's done. When they say that, it's time to put your money there. So they are saying it loud and clear about Netflix. I just wanted to present you the facts. You can do with the facts as you wish, but I will say when it fell down here in prices, it rebounded over the next handful of weeks to months. It was a 50% rebound, right? This one here was 100% rebound, meaning it fell all the way down in prices, 100% rebound. And then, over the subsequent years, it turned out to be probably the best time in history to buy when we fell in prices all the way down here. So I just wanted to present you the facts in a clear and concise manner. Do with them as you wish. And, on this channel, we just present the facts. Now let's get back to Bitcoin real quick and give a quick explanation of what we think is going to happen with this death cross. So the death cross is coming, and what we have is another leg down. It's likely we're going to have another leg down in prices. Before we do that, it's likely we may have a nice rally. People will get excited and they'll say, see, I told you, Bitcoin's rallying. We're not going to have this death cross. And then we'll have the death cross, right? So in the coming 2-ish weeks, look for a small rebound. We could even rebound all the way back to this red line, right? That would not surprise us at all. We talked about that is our new ceiling. How do we know that? Because the entire calendar year this year, it's been our support. And when you break support, it becomes resistance. The charts are pretty simple. If you break support, it becomes resistance, and look no further than all of our recent candles. Boom, resistance, boom, resistance, boom, resistance, boom, resistance. It's that simple. So could we rally back all the way up to here? People get excited and then have our death cross? We absolutely could. So just be mindful of this, and I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.
There's only one question left: when to sell your cryptocurrency. Click right here, right now, to find the 3 simple steps.